Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update for Monday, November 21st, 2022. Thanks for watching. Happy Thanksgiving week. Hope you have some big plans for this week. I know it's a short week for many of you, and many of you might even be off work this week, but I still wanted to bring you some of the numbers of what's going on with our real estate market in McHenry County. A quick look at the statistics. We had 110 new listings hit the market in the last 7 days. We had only 98 go under contract. Only 112 closed, 53 price changes, 2 expired, and we currently have 24 on the private network. Now let's look at these numbers from this week last year. This is a big difference, folks. This week last year, we had 143 new listings. This year, only 110. Last year under contract, 170. This week, last year. So even the week of Thanksgiving, last year, we had 170 go under contract. And this year, we only had 98. So sales are way down. Closed sales, we had 156 closed this week last year. This year, only 112. So our numbers are way down. We know that this has been coming. Those interest rates are really crippling people's buying power. So we're really seeing a lot of those buyers retracting. They're not able to have the purchasing power that they were even just a few months ago. So that is affecting our buyer's market for sure. Now across the MRED, which is the Midwest region's MLS list, system, across MRED, 50% less closings this week than last year. Under contract, we're down about 1,000 properties from this week last year. New listings down only 800, so not as bad. You can see the contrast in the biggest numbers are those going under contract and the closed sales. Showings are down 30% from January 1st this year, so they're way down even from where they were this week last year, and of course down from 2020 as well. Prices saw a big jump last week though, bringing in the average sales price back to $369,250, up from $333,000 last week, and they were only $332,000 this week last year. So prices are still up. And again, that's due to low inventory. Yahoo Finance put out a graph at the end of last week highlighting the fact that U.S. existing home sales have fallen for the 9th straight month, and sales are now close to where they were at the beginning of the pandemic. So May of 2020, we're at about the same number of closed sales as we were at May of 2020. Now think of where we were all at in May of 2020. We were all hunkered down in our homes, not really sure what was going to be happening. So our sales are way down. So this is all an effect from the feds raising the interest rates. So interest rates, last week they actually came down a little bit. They fell below 7% where they haven't been for a few weeks now. So we did see a little improvement in our mortgage rates last week, but we do anticipate that those will go back up by the end of the year. And then also in January and February, we anticipate that the feds will raise the prime rate 50 to 75 basis points again, increasing those mortgage rates. So we are definitely seeing the effects with buyers just having less purchasing power, buyers being priced out of their market. It's important to note though that real estate markets are highly individual and they're very, very localized. So make sure that we're looking at data specific to McHenry County. That's why I always pull just McHenry County numbers, because even McHenry County numbers might not be the same as Cook County and all the different areas. And especially our numbers are going to be different in the Midwest than they are in Florida or Arizona or California. And that is because some of those markets, skyrocketed over the last couple of years and their prices went up, in some areas 100% from the year before, whereas ours didn't go quite so high, and so they're not falling quite so much either. We're much, much more even keeled here in the Midwest than we are in some of the coasts. So keep that in mind. Overall, for the United States, contract listing decreased by 5.9% to an annualized pace of 4.43 million last month, which is the slowest since May of 2020. Rates are to blame, making homes less affordable for buyers. We already talked about that. Currently, nationwide, we have 3.3 months inventory, which is still a seller's market. However, in addition to that, according to the National Association of Realtors, about a quarter of homes were sold above list prices in October. So due to lack of inventory, it's still a factor and it's still creating some of these multiple offer situations. So even though we're seeing less homes being sold, we're also seeing less homes being listed. We still have very low inventory. Remember, a fair balanced market is 4 to 6 months inventory. Anything under 4 months inventory is still a seller's market. Anything over 7 months inventory is going to be a buyer's market. We have not had a buyer's market in quite some time. We do anticipate that we'll get there eventually. We're in a shifting market right now, which means we are slowly moving towards, and it's not like we're ever in just a seller's market or just a buyer's market. We're always sort of shifting from one to the other. We've been in a seller's market for quite some time. We were in a buyer's market back in 2008, 2009, 2010. We're now in a seller's market. We'll probably remain here for a little while. We'll get to a fair and balanced market eventually, but we're not there yet. It's still very much a seller's market. So something that I'm seeing when I'm out looking with buyers, because I do still have buyers buying, and that's one thing that I want to remind people is, people ask me, oh, how's the market? And I'm still busy. Well, how come? Well, because some people still have to move. I have clients who are getting divorced. I have clients who are unfortunately going into assisted living, clients who unfortunately die, family members die, things like that still happen, and we still need to sell their homes. And the nice ones are still selling very, very quickly. Another statistic, 64% of homes sold were on the market for less than a month. So you have to keep in mind that we still have very low inventory, so prices are holding very steady. It's taking a little bit longer to sell homes. So you might not see your neighbor's house sell in 2 weeks, but it still might sell in less than a month. It's likely to sell in less than a month. I had a beautiful home listed in Huntley. We were on the market for 14 days, which felt like forever for the sellers and for me, but we got a great offer. It's under contract. So 14 days is really not a long time to be on market. So we've got to remember that we still have low inventory. Prices are still holding strong. Yes, interest rates are high and they're going to go higher, but historically speaking, they're still low. I was talking to a woman this morning at the gym and she said, gosh, these interest rates are high, but man, when I bought my first house that was 18% interest rate, she had paid 18%. And she's like, these interest rates are low. People need to understand this. So taking all these things into account, the market is the market. Market's always changing. If you buy high, you're gonna sell high. If you buy low or you sell low, it's all gonna end up being pretty even in the end game anyway. And most investors who are out there right now know that yes, this might not be we might see prices that are higher than they were last year, but they're likely to go even higher next year. So now is actually a good time to buy, especially for those investors looking for an opportunity where, we're towards the end of the year, sales are typically slower, you don't have as many buyers out looking at the market, so you can get a little bit more favorable terms as a buyer in this market than you probably will be able to this spring. This spring, we are not going to all of a sudden get a ton of more homes to sell. We are still going to have low inventory, likely. I don't like to make predictions. Obviously, I don't know. But what I'm seeing based on what I'm talking to buyers and talking to sellers, I think we're still going to have very low inventory, and hopefully those interest rates are going to come down, which is going to cause a bit of a spike in the prices as well. So that's a quick look at your McHenry County real estate market. I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving. I am grateful for all of you that watch my market update every week, and I will see you next week. Have a great day. Bye.